Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Rolanda.
And I'm Kylie.
And this is
Rose Crafty Corner. Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you back, whether you've been with us for a while or you're a new subscriber. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy what we have to show you today. Hopefully it won't be too long because we did only film a week ago, so we haven't done, massive amounts of things or, heaps of shopping. We've done a little bit of shopping.
We haven't done as much as what we would normally do
in our normal
2
weekly
period.
Yeah. So after this one, we will be back to our 2 weekly schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And, as long as everything goes well and, nobody goes to hospital or anything.
Yeah. I'm feeling much better. Thank you for all the love and the wishes and the kind words. It's been really touching and I'm feeling much better. So upwards and onwards.
Yes. Oh, good. All right. We are primarily a cross-stitch channel, although occasionally we do throw in some other crafts, but I think we're all cross-stitch today.
Yes, we are.
We haven't had a lot of time for anything else.
We haven't.
All right. Now, I have a new start. I did a little teaser on our Instagram page when I was about to start it because it was a beautiful day and my kids wanted to be outside, and so I wanted to take something out that was easy for me to do outside, didn't require a stand and everything. So I started something on a plastic canvas, and it is from a magazine. Now, the way it was designed was to do an Easter basket, but I'm just doing it on plastic canvas and I'm going to back it and make it into a decoration to go on our board. So I'm kind of doing this one, but I'm changing my colours because I had a pack of 5 colours. I don't know what the brand is. It's not one I'm familiar with. But I've obviously picked it up at an op shop or a D-Stash market or something because it had a $1 sticker on it. So I got the 5 threads for $1 and I needed 5 threads exactly. And they were all nice bright colours. So I thought, well, why not use those?
And so it didn't have a blue, but it had a pink. So that's why she's changed the colour.
Yes, and I swapped the red and the green around because I didn't want the
red and pink
next to the red. So I changed that up. So it's a 10 count plastic canvas that I had in my stash. The threads are in my stash. And the designer is Gemma Jones from Grand's Attic, and it was in the World of Cross Stitching magazine. And it was
which
issue. It's got the issue number, issue 175.
Do you want to show the front of the magazine?
That's the front of it.
Yeah. So just in case you want to do the Easter eggs too.
If you find that copy. So that was my new start, which I was hoping to get more done on before we filmed, so I could, But I'm just going to trim the canvas away and leave like a bit at the top so I can put something to hang it by and it'll be able to go on our board.
Do you notice we got a new Easter egg?
I bought a new decoration. That was from Kmart. They were only $2. So if you can find one of those, they had a few different types.
They're cute.
Yeah. So that was my new start.
Excellent.
So that is a zigzag egg from the Easter basket.
Yeah, there was 5 in total, wasn't there?
Yes, I think there was 5 different ones. So I picked that one because it was easy to do outside.
Yeah.
Sitting there. I didn't I had the pattern in front of me. I have put it into markup on my iPad, but it didn't require a lot of concentration because it's,
I like those ones.
Sometimes. So that was my new start. And
Lovely.
I only had the one new start, but you had some new starts. More than one?
Yes, more than one. I had 3. Okay. This one I forgot to show last time. So this one is Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I spent 2 days on this one and I did 188 stitches. So I have spoken before about wanting to do all the Primrose Cottage little Quaker pillows.
Me too.
All of them except for the patriotic ones because obviously we're in Australia and the patriotic are American, so they don't really apply to us.
No.
So
if I wanted to do an Aussie one, I would stitch it.
Yeah, totally. They should do an Aussie one.
Hint, hint.
Come on, Lindsay.
Get on it.
So So yeah, I decided to do this one, and I'm using DMC 106 is the number, and it's this beautiful variegated orange and peachy kind of colour. And so that's what I'm using for this one, and I'm very excited about that. So that's my first time I've been doing a Primrose Cottage Quaker pillow.
So that's a first for my Try Something New birthday sale.
Yes. And so I tend to do all of them, but we'll see how we go.
Slowly but surely.
That's right. They don't all have to be done at once.
No. They've got quite a few of them, so it'd be a bit hard to try and do them all at once.
Yeah, that's right. And I'd have to figure out, because I was going to do the Valentine's Day one in February, but I just didn't get around to it. It was just too busy and all the things. So
it's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah. And like with the amount that I stitch, you would think I would possibly be able to get it done, but no, I've got
too many things.
I'm juggling lots of balls. I can't add another ball in to juggle. So anyway, all right, my second one is, I started this one specifically for my birthday sale, and this is Elephant Boscornu by Tiny Modernist. There we go. So this one I did 2 days and 740 stitches. So it goes to show you, the last one was 2 days but only 188, and this one was 2 days with 740.
It depends on the day.
It does, it really does.
You must have been out on the day you started the other one.
Yeah. It was
out and about.
Hospital appointment and all the things. Yeah, so I didn't get a lot of time. So with this one, what I decided to do was do the framing first. So this is the underside of it, and this is the top part. And I decided to do the square first because that's the main important part. You've got to get square for a Boscornu. And then I counted off the square to be able to do the bits and pieces. Now with the Boscornu, if you're unaware, it's usually a pattern repeated 4 times, just slightly moving each time it goes around the square. So this is one elephant. There's the trunk. You might be able to see it. Mm-hmm. And I decided to do all the feet, the pink parts of the feet first. So that's what that pink is. Mm-hmm. And then build up with the grey for the elephant and then continue on. So that's as far as I've got with that one so far. And I'm loving it. I really like doing this, and I think I will do more Boscornus at this stage in the future.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's those 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
And there's one more.
And then one more.
This one's bigger.
This one's bigger, and it's exciting.
And it's obviously had more love.
It has. This one, I've been like, I picked it up on Saturday at our Stitchy meetup, and I pretty much got addicted to it almost straight away. So, this one that we are talking about is the Lola Crow Cross Stitch Extraordinary Bird Cell. Now, I spent 4 days on this one, and I've done 1,968 stitches. It's now at 31.63%, and that's of the frame. So the first installment was all of the frame, which you'll see because we've got a picture of the frame, and it had 2 birds in it. So this one over here is called the Pesquet's parrot. We had to Google to find out how to say that.
The pronunciation.
We did, yeah. It's also known as a Dracula parrot, and its feature is it's creepy cute. So we might have to go in a bit to like really zoom in on it because it's really dark and it's only just got a little bit of red in wings part of it. And I've done the back stitch for it. So yeah, that's that one. And then over this side will be an American barn owl, but I haven't got to that one yet. And the feature from that one is night hunting. So yeah, all the birds on there. I love the Lola Crow patterns because I found this when I originally bought the Deadly Aquarium.
Yes.
Is that she gives you information about the animals that are in your stitching. So she gives you some like,
at the same time.
Yeah, so she tells you where they're situated, and some interesting facts about them, like what they eat, or if they're threatened species, or you know, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And I really like that. So these two, so you're actually learning about what you're stitching when you're stitching
Yeah,
it.
which
So,
is really cool.
yeah. So, and the pest case parrot is a threatened species. So I know that one for sure.
Yeah, we'd actually not heard of that one before.
Yeah, yeah. And it does look really creepy.
It kind of does. I can see why they call it a Dracula parrot.
We might see if we can put the two birds in so you can see how creepy it does.
An
actually
actual
look.
picture of them.
Yeah.
We'll pop those
Yeah.
somewhere here because I think to fully appreciate the name Dracula parrot, you need to see the picture of one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that's my 3 new starts.
Yay! So now we'll move into whips.
Yes.
So Amy from the Stitchy Duo
Mm-hmm.
and anxiety.stitched on Instagram is her as well. She put the idea out that she would do a Titanic stitch along for the month of April because it is the anniversary of the set sailing and sinking of the Titanic.
Yep.
Now, we both have different Titanic projects, but we've both been working on them, and it's been great to see progress on both of them.
Yeah, because there's a few out there, isn't there? Like
there is quite a lot of different Titanic ones. So the one I have is this one that I picked up for free on the freebie table at the first retreat we went to.
Yeah.
And we've since found out who that was from, and she knows how much I appreciate it. And I'm sure she'll be watching and hope and see how much progress I've done. So I started in the top left-hand corner, and I'm just sort of working across as far as I have room, which is just over a page. And then like typewritering basically along and parking. Obviously you can see my park threads down the bottom from where I've been working. And that's my Titanic boarding pass needle minder, which is from Magical Minders.
Yeah.
So if you need one of those, like I needed one, contact Amanda and she'll organise that for you. So I'm actually really quite pleased how much progress I've made on this. I've filled in a bit over here on the lady's jacket lapel down here, and then I've just been bringing the ship across the bottom there as well.
The ship looks so good, doesn't it? Like it really does look like the ship.
But what's funny is it's only the background one.
Yeah.
It's the one up here. I haven't even got to this one. So this is obviously, like boarding in Southampton when they're all the people are there watching and waiting to get
farewelling
on.
the others.
And the captain's over here. I haven't got to him yet. And then it's when it's sailing, and then of course down the bottom is the sinking. So it kind of tells the story of it. So I really quite like this one. What I don't like is the amount of fractional stitches in it. Especially when it's on Ada. And there is a lot of chopping and changing colours on this. So
requires concentration.
It does require concentration, so this is definitely one for doing at home. Whereas Amy is having the opposite problem, where she's kind of doing chunks of the same colour and getting a bit because the sky's all blue. She's like
Did you say how
but
many
she's getting
stitches?
a bit she's getting quite far along on hers, and I am loving the amount of progress. So we decided to aim for 100 stitches a day. Now some days have been more, some days have been less. We figure it balances out. I know there's been a couple of days Amy's been unwell and she hasn't been able to stitch on hers, but then she's made it up by doing 200.
I was going to say some days you can sort of bulk stitch it and like, right, tomorrow's already done, so I can do something else.
Although I'm sort of like, well, because I actually did this for the focus event. So, some of those days I did get over 100, but because it was the focus event, I just kept going even once I was past 100.
Yeah.
So this one was a kit from Anchor, and it's an 18 count white Ada that it's on. There's 61,085 stitches, give or take.
Oh, so not many.
Just a few. That's a rough estimate because some of the fractional stitches I haven't allocated yet in markup because I scanned the pattern and put it in markup because that's so much easier for me to follow. I do still have to refer to the physical pattern sometimes for those fractional stitches because the symbol's not quite clear in the scan. But I managed to get, since Wednesday last week, and I haven't done any today, so I've got 955 stitches done.
Nice.
Considering, that was what, 7-8 days. I've done over 900. So
well done.
I've obviously averaged more than 100 a day, which is good. And it's put me to about 13.94%. Not quite 14, almost there.
Yeah, almost.
Whereas Amy's about 25% done on hers, she told me. So
is hers as big of a pattern as yours?
I'm not actually sure the size of hers. I'm sure she can let us know.
Yeah,
she does watch. So Amy, let us know, or I'll message you later.
That could affect the percentages as well. So
yeah. So I'm not sure. Size wise how they compare. Hers is a dimensions kit. So she'll be having fun with that one.
Yeah. Because they have fractionals as well, so
they do, and blended. I mean, this has got blended threads, and it's got single threads and double threads, and it's fun. Let's just leave that one there, and I'm sure Amy will be enjoying hers too.
When you were talking about using it for the focus event, I actually used my extraordinary birds for the focus event. Yeah. So I was planning to use a different project. Yeah. But as I said, I just got addicted to the extraordinary, but I couldn't put it down. Like, it was just, so.
Alrighty. So, my next whip that I worked on, Jeanette.
Look.
So, we caught up with Jeanette a couple of times, well, I did. And so, I pulled out my Binging Faves Supernatural from Creatively Stitching or Crafting or whatever she's on it. I can never remember. She's got a couple of different names for her things. So this one I'm stitching on a 32 count linen that I got from Paddock Lane Designs, and we believe that the colour is called Snow Gum. I'm not loving linen, but I'm persisting. So this one is 149 stitches by 121, which is a little over 8,000 stitches in total. I'm using the called for DMC. It's a stitch along with our friend Jeanette, which is why I said her name. She jokingly put a comment that she was going to do a drinking game when we said her name. So I'm just going to say Jeanette a lot. She's not really. She'd be in serious trouble.
Well, I hope she would be drinking water, and all I could say is she would be well hydrated.
Or coffee. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't say what she was going to be drinking. But anyway, Jeanette. So this is the symbol that's kind of in the middle of the pattern, and I finished all the black on the inside and brought this up and around a bit more, I think, because I think I'd done some of the bottom ones and then brought it up and around. So yeah, I managed to get 327 stitches done on that one, which has brought it to 11.42%.
Wow.
So it's getting there slowly.
Yeah.
I don't work on this one a lot. It's mostly when I catch up with Jeanette and when I don't have kids that are interrupting me. I can't do this one at home with the kids because I really have to concentrate with the linen because I am doing it 2/2. So I need to be able to count. And linen, if you haven't worked on it before, is not even. Some of the
slubs.
They have slubs, so some are thicker, some are thinner, and sometimes I look at the thinner ones and go, did I actually count it where it was meant to go? And so it needs concentration on that one. So that was that one. And then on Monday I went to my craft group and I worked on my stitching chart, which was released as a temperature chart from Spruce Craft Co. Now I'm stitching this one on an 18 count ecru linen. It's not quite white, it's a little bit off colour. And it is 172 by 170 stitches. And I started it on the 23rd of December because that's, I think, when the frame got released, or close to. I started it pretty soon after. I'm using a brand of floss called Golden Star brand because it had enough colours in. I had enough colours in that brand from my stash to use. So I am doing mine. It's a different colour for every 50 stitches.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a grey for 0 stitches, which I got in January. There was a few grey days there, but I haven't had a grey one since. I nearly did one day and I'm like, no, I need to at least do, you know, 1 row of this or something to just not be at 0.
Yeah. So I used white as my 0.
Yeah.
And I've only got 1 in January and 1 in March.
Yeah.
So we're doing
But
pretty
because
well.
I used white for the actual the top and bottom of the bobbins, I didn't want to use white in it, so I chose grey. I didn't want to go black again because we've got black here and
there's a lot of
black's
black.
very severe.
Yeah. Very harsh.
I didn't want it to be, you know, mean. And then, so I got lots of bright colours in there. So March I had some good numbers. So there's a good mix of colours in there. I've still got to finish March. And then I've got to move over to April, which I've done the top and bottom of the bobbin.
Yeah.
But I've obviously got to fill in. And March is already looking a bit lower and slower. But I mean, April. I just haven't, I don't know why, I haven't had as much time to stitch or well I mean,
I haven't either, so
I wasn't well for a little bit, so I was a bit slower, and then, you know, now it's school holidays.
Yeah. I've had the same, like not as much stitchy time.
Yeah.
But mine's been different to yours because mine's been we've started moving. We've finally started
It's in progress,
moving.
so yay.
And like especially over the weekend when I was working on the Extraordinary Birds and the other ones, I'd only ever have stitching time at night time when I was sitting down and relaxing because I was just far too sore and I'm feeling not great.
Yeah, I have found that lately. I haven't been stitching as much during the day, but I've been getting at least my 100 stitches.
Yeah,
like that is my aim. Like if I sit down at night and I've not stitched anything all day, then it's Titanic.
Well,
if I get the 100 stitches of Titanic done during the day, then I can do something else maybe at night. But it depends. So my stitching chart, I got 134 stitches done on. So, you know, it helped catch it up a little bit, but I'm still about a month behind. But those are my whips. What have you got?
So, yesterday we caught up with a couple of lovely ladies from our Stitchy Catch-Up at RAK'S Stitch, which is another one of our lovely friends, Denise. That's her new store.
She's just recently opened a brick and mortar store. Specifically for cross stitch, and we went yesterday for the first time. It was amazing.
And so yesterday was my first time stitching during the day in over a week. So I worked on.
We'll talk more about Coco.
Yes, we will
a bit later.
In a minute.
We've got some pictures and stuff too.
Joyful Worlds out. So
take it.
yeah, this one keeps falling down, so we can just push him to the back. There we go. All right. Yep. We can see Kylie through it.
I better not do anything
so
disgusting.
be on your best behaviour. Okay, so I finally got the frame finished for April, and then I started working in on the grass, and there's 1 row of a light blue on top of the 3 rows of grass. I've just got to fill in that last little bit of grass. So with this one, I did 2 days, 681 stitches, and it's now at 17.98%. So when I do get back to this one, I want to try and concentrate on the bunny because it's super cute. And there's a little squirrel in the tree as well. So hopefully I'm going to hope to get it done, but there's no promises because the next 2 weeks is going to be full on. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get all of my stitching chart and the other focus ones done. So whatever I get done is a bonus, and I'll catch up in May.
Well, I'm a bit like that too because the kids' grandfather's coming up next week, so we'll probably be busy doing other things too.
So that's all my stitching. Like I feel like I don't have as much to show.
But we did only film just over a week ago. Because it was on the Wednesday. We filmed instead of the Thursday. So
being so busy, obviously, I'm not going to have as much. So nice and easy, nice and quick.
Yep. So that's all of our projects.
Yeah.
So we will move into plan.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to keep going with aiming to do my 100 stitches a day on Titanic. But I also have the Whipco ones I haven't done yet.
Yeah, me too.
And I also have some other Easter things that I wanted to get done.
I think my Easter things are way on the back burner now.
Well, I added another one.
Of course you did.
Aside from trying to finish off the one on the plastic canvas, in that magazine as well gave me an idea and for like a finish, and then I was like, do I have to follow? No, I don't have to follow the pattern. So I've got something to show you when we get to haul, but that gives you an idea, right? I traced around something on there, and I'm just going to diagonally fill that in with this beautiful multicolour bright silk from Silks For You, and it's BSR Fairy-On.
It's very pretty.
And it's got lots of little bright colours in it. I'll show you. That's how you spell it, if you need to look it up. And I just thought that was like perfect Easter colours because they're nice and bright and multicoloured. So I'm just going to diagonally kind of, go backwards and forwards with and it'll just change colour on its own.
Nice.
As I go. So I will do full stitches, like full crosses for
one
that.
at a time.
Like one cross at a time. So it will take a bit longer than it probably would if I was, doing one row and back again.
Yeah.
But I thought that would look nice, and I have a finish idea, but I'll have to wait until we get to haul to show you what that is. So yeah, Titanic, Whip Go, and Easter things. Still in the plans for the rest of the month.
Alrighty. Well,
it's still a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know where I'm going to find the time.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going to find the time either.
I probably won't. But
that's why I think that my Easter plans from last time,
I'd
like way on the back burner because I'm not getting as much stitchy time as what I would normally get.
Yeah.
So my Whip Go I'm still going to do, which is the wheel spin Aussie Christmas countdown. And number 10 was a magazine project. Now, last time I spoke about doing Delilah's Deli because that was the first one that popped into my head.
Yeah.
But I realised afterwards that Autumn Is by Durene Jones, which is the one I worked on last time, was also a magazine project.
Well, there you go.
And I thought to myself, if I work on that one, it'll get it further ahead. And
and it is autumn here.
Yeah. So it's very fitting for the time. I may not get it finished because there's still a lot of stitches to go.
And there's a fair bit of back stitch in it too, isn't there?
Yeah. But anything is better than nothing.
This is true.
And it's a magazine. It was in a magazine. So I was like, yeah, I'll just work on that one again because I did enjoy working on it last time. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that works too.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I'm doing magazine one too.
Yeah, you are too.
But that wasn't on my Whip Go.
No.
My Whip Go ones were the Stitchonomy Halloween sale. Well, it was a Stitchonomy sale. And since I'm already getting close to the end of that one, I figure I might as well put time into it before starting another one. And also my new start, the Shine Bright one that I got from...
Oh, that's right, the
Aldi
kit. Yeah.
It was a kit, so I haven't started that yet.
Yeah.
Either.
Oh dear.
Hey, look, I don't have to do them this month. I just have to do them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. All right. So is that all about? Oh, the word game is on with Whip Warriors at the moment. That's happening currently.
Oh, I missed it.
And it's a crossword this month.
Yeah.
And then next week is an Easter event, a pop-up Easter event.
Oh, okay.
So we're not sure yet what
that is.
That entails.
They usually release it, closer to the actual event.
Yeah.
So Whip Warriors is a challenge group, I guess, for cross-stitching, and it is a private group at the moment. It opens to new members usually in November.
Yeah, we'll let you know when it's opened back up.
Yeah.
And then the only other plan is the birthday sale to keep continuing with that. So
yep,
try something new.
That's one of my Easter plans. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard about the birthday sale before, I'm having a birthday in April, and all month long we're running Rose birthday sale. We have a hashtag for it as well. So
pop that up.
The theme is try something new. So in that, like, I've never done a biscornu before, so I'm stitching a biscornu and then going to finish it. So that's my try something new. So if you haven't done something 3D like that, or if you have found a new designer, or if you haven't worked on opalescent fabric or hand-dyed fabric.
Or hand-dyed thread.
Hand-dyed threads.
Variegated thread.
Yeah.
Any
so
kind of specialty thread.
It's wide open to everybody that you can try something new.
Yeah.
If you... Like the Lola Crow. I've never stitched on a Lola Crow one before.
So you got a few new things going on.
I do, yeah. And I've never stitched on a Primrose Cottage Quaker before. So there's, 3 new starts are all new to me.
All fit into the birthday cell.
They do. So it's wide open. If it's something new to you and you can explain why it's new to you, then you're good. And share your progress, share your projects.
Yeah, tag us on Instagram with that hashtag.
Yeah,
Rose B-Day Cell 25.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'd love to see what you're up to.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so we have got a little bit of haul. It's not heaps.
No.
Not compared to some other times that we've done all. So I
think you've got more than me this
I
time.
have got more than you this time, I think. Well, from more places at least. Yeah. Well, you kind of showed these in we had a
Nashville Needlework Market
video.
Flosstube extra.
Yep. Which we put out in the last week. And so Rose showed this. After seeing her patterns that she bought and other ones that Sharon had, because we showed not just ones that Rose bought.
We showed them all together.
I contacted Sharon and asked her, I think I had a list of like 10.
10, yeah.
She only had 2 left.
Yeah.
Out of that list. So I have since gotten them from her.
So if you wanted any from that video, you need to get in contact ASAP.
Yeah, and you may or may not have it.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that when we were at Coco yesterday, Denise did have some of them available as well. So that's another option.
Yeah. Depending on which one it is.
Depending on what it is. This one is the cross-stitch to-do list, which when Rose showed me hers, I was like, oh, I love it.
And it's by Pickle Barrel Designs.
Yeah. So, loved that one. And Mary Beachmas.
Again from Pickle Barrel.
Yeah. So apparently I like their designs.
Yeah, I do too. I got quite a few of them actually.
This one I thought was perfect for an Aussie Christmas. Yeah, because it is summer.
Yeah.
When it's Christmas here. So
that's the reason why I got this one.
Yeah, and when I saw yours, I love that too.
Yeah.
So I did try and get another copy for Jeanette, but Sharon was out of it.
Yeah.
Because Jeanette liked that one too when she saw it.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was perfect because wherever it snows at Christmas, you guys can keep it, and I'll have the summer sun. Thank you.
So also in saying that, when Sharon goes to Nashville Needlework Market next year, she's going to be doing pre-orders.
Yeah.
So if you see anything that you like,
as designers
as the designers release them, get in contact with Sharon, because she will help you.
She can help
organise
you fully kit it up as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if she's got a pre-order, then you pre-order it, and then you don't have any chance of missing out on it.
Yeah. This was the first time she went, so she was probably a little bit hesitant to buy too much, just in case she couldn't sell it, and she had to bring it home.
Yeah, she learnt a lot from this time, because obviously not being somewhere before, you don't really know the layout and everything like that, but yeah, she had a great time, and she's definitely going back again.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
Yeah, I might be picking out a few pre-ordered items.
She needs to buy more Halloween stuff next time, because all the Halloween ones I wanted were all gone already.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Yeah.
Next time, or I'll just wait until the PDFs come out or something.
Yeah, exactly. I think some of them are released within 6 months, and then some of them are released within a year.
Yeah.
So it depends on the designer and
I'll
what
get them
they want
eventually.
to do. Yeah. You might have time to do them by the time you get them.
Probably not, because I keep adding to my list all the time.
You need to blank out a spot for them in
October. October is Halloween stitching. So and you got some things from Sharon at Crafty Threads as well. So we'll link her details below too.
I kitted up my penguin Christmas stocking, which is one of 3 stockings I need to do this year. So I got all the DMC floss for that one. I have fabric at home I can use, so that's fine. So I'll be able to start that one. Adelaide from Adelaide Stitches and myself are going to start that on the 25th of April. Being that Christmas Day is the 25th, and we need to get them done, so that's why we chose that date.
That makes sense.
And if you want to join in with a Christmas stocking or 2, or
however many you need to do, 3, 4,
come join us. It doesn't have to be that one. But yes, so the penguin Christmas stocking we're both doing, so that's why we're starting it together.
Yeah. Excellent. Is there a hashtag for that?
No, not yet. we might make up one. Look, let us know if you're interested in joining us. Otherwise, it'll just be between us. So if there's more people that want to join in, we'll make a hashtag for it.
Look, Amy made a hashtag for the Titanic cell, and as far as I know, it's only the two of us doing it. But you know, whatever, it makes it a stitch along. And so that one's hashtag Titanic cell. If anybody wants to jump in on that, I know somebody did comment they were waiting for like a box to come in. So that they could start joining in with us for the Titanic cell.
Awesome.
I can't remember the name of the person, I'm so sorry. But hopefully they'll leave us a comment when they get their box and tag us on Instagram if you're on Instagram so we can see what your pattern
let us know when you start.
Cover photo. We'd love to see what your picture looks like.
So that's all I got from Sharon at Crafty Threads.
All right. Went to Target, Australia. There is a Target in America, which is not the same. They're not related. Just happen to have the same name. So at Target, Ro and I both got some of these. It's a pack of 4 little easels, just wooden ones. They were clearing them out, so it was $4 a packet, so they were like $1 each.
Yeah.
So we're like, yep, we'll use that for finishing something at some point.
Yep.
And I got these magnetic canvas boards in the oval shape, which Ro has got some and has shown before. And that is what I mentioned in my plans that I was going to stitch with the Silks for You, because I took one out of the packet, traced around it, and then I'm going to fill it in. I'll probably have to come in just one square in from my circle because it's obviously around the outside, and I want to put that. I'll attach it on there.
Mounted on the board.
And they are magnetic on the back, but by the time I've got the fabric on the back, it may not work as a magnet anymore. But I might put a ribbon just to hang it or something. I'll work that out. But that is my plan for those, and also the little Easter gnome diamond painting stickers we got.
Yes.
I thought some of them might fit on there too.
Nice. Jeanette
has actually done hers. Jeanette again. Are you keeping up, Jeanette? She has done the diamond painting gnome stickers, the Easter gnome ones, and she said 2 of them fit on there okay, and
2 of them on the
2
square.
of them don't. She did them on the square version of that, which I don't have, but I may have to get back to. You do, so you can do that, or I might do something else with them, or and like the kids, they might just paint them or draw on them or something. So I actually ended up getting 2 packets so that I can do my thing and the kids can do their thing.
Yeah.
So,
lovely.
So that's what I got from Target. They are available at Target and Kmart, both of those.
Yeah.
And then
which one are we doing first?
Yesterday we went to the Nest.
Yeah.
Which we haven't been to for a little while.
Yeah, we haven't been for a while.
And as soon as I walked in the door,
she almost had kittens.
I was so excited. It was sitting in the front. I was like, oh, I've never seen them anywhere until I watched Notorious Needles last video.
So funny.
And Bridget did, she stitched Erin Elizabeth's Believe on one of these in the middle, and it was like the perfect size for it. It was awesome. And I was so excited when they were just sitting there. I'm like, oh, mine.
Yeah, literally. That's what she was doing.
That might have been loud. I did. I grabbed it and I hugged it.
And she hugged it so close that I didn't even know what she was saying was hers.
But she hasn't seen the video yet.
No, but when you picked it up, I went, mine. And I'm like,
mine.
Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about, but okay.
So there's actually 2 of them.
Yeah. And I was like, what are you getting so excited about? Show me.
Because Bridget's finish looks so awesome on it. And now I'm like, I don't have that pattern, but I might see what I've got in my stash, whether something else would work. Because if you haven't seen the pattern, it's monochromatic. So she stitched it, I think, in a white or at least a very light colour. And then, of course, you've got the colour
around the outside.
The outside. So actually, one side says placemat and one says party napkin. So there's actually 2 packets there, so I was so excited. I was so excited because I've not seen these in any shops.
Yeah.
And I even looked online, and I think they're an older thing, so I don't think they're actually available to buy new anymore.
Yeah,
so I was like
not.
so excited when I
Yeah.
saw it. So, and then I like had to Instagram and tag Notorious Needle. Look what I found! Because I knew Bridget would be excited. I got some more self-covering button packs because they had them quite cheap. And I found this.
Oh, it's so pretty.
You know, I'm going to take it out of the plastic because it's really, really pretty. It's like pale purples and
like a lavender and a pale pink and a
yeah.
pale blue. Is it pale blue in there?
It's more purpley,
more purpley pinky.
Yeah. It is Minamara threads, which are hand dyed in Australia. It is 100% cotton, 6-stranded. The shade is MT150, Dialogue 20. So they've got all those details on there. They've got contact details on there and everything. And it is 10 meters.
I wonder if they're still in
thread.
business.
So we might have to look them up and see if we can link them because it doesn't have a website. It's got an address and phone number on there. But we'll look them up, and if we can link them below, we will. But that was just, I thought that was beautiful, and they had that for a good price too. And then mixed in with all the sewing threads.
She come running over to me.
I'm so excited to see these too. There's 3 different gold chronic threads.
Yeah.
Chronic in the packet. So they hadn't even been opened yet. And they had them quite cheap as well. So
another thing she got really excited about.
I was very excited about that too. I'm like, yep, mine.
I was looking at the quilting stuff by then.
Yep.
And she come running across.
Well, they weren't with the cross-stitching stuff.
No.
Like, because we sort of looked in the cross-stitching section, and then you moved on to like fabric and stuff. And I was just like wandering and waiting for my, like, close to the counter. I'm like, oh, there's a couple of people. I'll just keep looking at stuff. And when
and you saw them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
and I had to dig through. I didn't find any more. They had other metallic threads,
They did.
but they weren't chronic
They were
weren't.
more for embroidery machines.
Yeah.
Or hand stitching.
Yeah, a bit more like the spool I got in my RAK'S last time.
Yeah,
the pebble was very fine. So yeah, but I was very excited about those. And
I got some fabrics. So we got a sweet little strawberry one, and then we got batik. And then orange stripes and orange leaves. And this one's like a celebration. So it's like, have a bowl, celebrate.
Bring on the bubbly.
Yeah,
enjoy your day.
A toast.
Raise your glass.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, nice. And
toucans. So that was the material.
The fabric you got from the nest, yeah.
And then, and then I picked up some cross-stitching fabrics. So I'm not going to take them all out of the package.
Lots of Ada.
Yeah.
Was that the one that was really super soft?
Yes.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I put my hand in it just because I could kind of feel it was soft from the outside. So I put my hand in and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so
and
soft.
she's like, feel this. And then she's like,
feel
it's
how
mine.
soft it is.
I'm getting it.
And then, yeah, I was like, it is mine. I'm taking it. But I just wanted you to feel how soft it was. And then there's a big piece at the back here, which is a sort of brownie colour, and then a small piece at the front. Some 32 count Belfast linen in oatmeal.
I looked at the linens and went, no.
You don't like linen that much.
I don't love it, no, but I will use what I've got. But I don't want to add to.
I got 2 Charles Craft Adas, so they might be an older sort of thing as well. Another linen. More Ada. Some Rustico.
I found that and I was like, you
both
need more Rustico? And she's like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. They're both Rustico, but you can see
this
there's a difference between the colours.
Yeah,
so,
one's slightly darker.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's all a natural
thing.
Yeah,
the bigger one I found. I'm like, you like Rustico?
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually stitched on Rustico before, but I don't know. Yeah. I've got some. I've got a little bit in my stash. I just haven't got to it.
Another linen.
I have so much in my stash. It's hard to get to everything.
And another linen. And then Kylie and Jeanette found this and had said to me, Ro, look at this. I ended up purchasing it. So, a box, and it's got, what did I count? I count 107, I think it was.
Just over 100.
107
exactly. And they're pretty full
skeins
too.
of floss, yeah.
Because I think I didn't actually pick it up and look at it. I just looked at it sitting there and got enough unknowns and things because I don't know if they're labelled or not. Or what?
I think some of these would be a DMC number.
They might be,
but I'm not sure all of them would be.
I'm not sure if they're actually.
Like some of them have got numbers on, and some of them don't. So I was like, I'll just use them as randoms.
And then, as we mentioned before,
we went for lunch.
Well, we went for lunch. We had a nice afternoon out. This was only yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a nice afternoon.
We haven't had a day out, the three of us, for quite a while, other than stitchy meetups.
That's
so
right.
It was nice just to have a girly day.
And Jeanette hadn't been. Yep, every time. She hadn't been to the nest before. So it was her first time there. So it was nice to share that with her. And she got a few things as well from there. And then, we went and had a nice lunch.
It's a haberdashery op shop, basically.
It is, yes. We have mentioned it before, but we should say that each time for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah.
And, yes, then we had a nice lunch.
We did.
And then we went and visited Denise's new shop, RAK'S Stitch.
Which was the whole plan why we were going down there in the first place.
But it's only like, just a driveway or two down further than the nest. Yeah. So we thought, well, the main thing was to go and see Denise and check out the shop because we hadn't done that before. And obviously we wanted to talk about it today.
Yes.
To help promote it because it is only a new place.
It's lovely the way she's got it set up and
it
the patterns
is
and the
beautiful. You walk in and
and
you're just like, oh, pretty colours everywhere because she's got threads down the walls. She's got some hand-dyed fabrics from a couple of different companies, kits, patterns. She had some of the market patterns as well. She's got a long table through the middle.
We actually got to sit down and stitch.
Yeah, so the big long table through the middle. Yeah, she had some patterns on one end as you walk in and face it. But as you'll see, there's chairs all the way around the table. So if you just want to go and stitch, you can.
Yeah.
So, we wandered the shop and checked out everything. I went around I don't know how many times looking at everything and then looking again.
I turned around and said to Guy, have you started stitching yet? And she's like, no.
No, I'm still shopping.
It's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Like it's usually Kylie knuckles down and gets into it, and I'm usually one more.
It's at the stitching meetups, yes.
Yeah.
But I was talking, but I was like browsing as well, and then I sat and looked through.
I was very good
things.
because I knew that I would get encouraged and enabled by all the pretty colours. So I went in with a plan. Okay, Ro,
this is what I'm getting. Yeah. So
I was very good. I got enabled a couple of times because a certain someone said,
Did you see
Ro,
this?
did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see this? And one of them was an elephant kit. And I was like, oh, it's gorgeous. But,
it was a bit out of the budget.
Well, at this point in time,
At the moment, Who knows?
So down the track it might be okay in the budget, but at this point in time, it was a little out.
Yeah. And she even had like a little, it was almost like a coffee seating area where there was,
lounge.
A little mini couch and a couple of chairs and a coffee table. And she had some magazines there that you could flick through. You could take them if you wanted them. You could bring, I'll probably, the one I showed before, once I've done with it, with the eggs, I'll probably take it back. And then somebody else can have it, or I'll pass it on to you or Jeanette.
Yep. Oh dear.
Anyway, so we did do a little bit of shopping there. I just kept adding things to the counter. And she kept going to ring it up. I'm like, I'm not done yet.
I knew you should get this one because you've been talking about it for
This
6
one
months.
has been on my list for a while, and I was kind of waiting. Adelaide, look, I got it. Because Adelaide has this one too, and she's done a few things out of it.
She has,
with her Halloween stitching, so I got it now too.
She just recently finished the spooky cat.
She did, and I saw that one in there. I'm like, oh, Adelaide did that one. So, and these cats along here were the ones that Maggie did. Maggie from Homemade on the Ridge, that she put in her tic-tac-toe box. They were the cats she did that I mentioned last time when I had a different cat pattern, but I have this one too. And then when Denise said she was opening up hers, I'm like, will you have it? And she's like, yeah, I'll have a few Teresa Kogut things. I'm like, and then when I saw it, I was like, yep, first thing on the counter that I grabbed. And then a few things I sort of ummed and ahed about. And I ended up getting this for the kids because it was actually very reasonably priced.
Yeah.
And it's quite easy because they're the wooden ones, aren't they? No, yes,
they're wooden.
They're the wooden ones, so they can't miss the hole or dab it in the wrong spot or something.
And this is
Quite
the
easy.
butterfly version. There's 4 different designs.
Yes, I can show the back there. So yeah, you can get other designs. Denise only did have this one. She may get the others in future.
Yeah.
But it's a 3-pack of the butterflies, and I'm like, yep, the kids can do that because it says ages 6+, so you know it should be easy for them to do.
Yeah. Give them something to do during the holidays. Well,
that's right. Denise has got the Nurge. And you got one of them too. We both got the purple one.
Mine's bigger than yours.
I don't like the big one.
I do. I much prefer the bigger one than
where I sit and the way I have my stand and everything, I find those ones too big. But these ones are a good size for the things that I do. So yeah, she had different sizes in those, different colours. We both chose purple.
Yeah. I chose purple because
it's your favourite colour, and I chose purple because I like it too. But I mean, I could have had any colour really.
Yeah, she did have like a I think an orange or a blue, and
there was
yellow
definitely
or,
blue. I think there was pink as well. Yeah,
it was a few.
She had a whole range of colours. Yeah. So this one I looked at a few times and walked past, and when I went around again, I looked at it again.
Come back to consult me, and
I'm like, what do you think? This is Witch's Brew. And yes, I grabbed this one.
And you're pretty sure that you have a similar coloured fabric to that one.
I have to look at it and see if it's the right size and things. And I have a cone of doom.
Yes.
Which, if you don't know, is a cone of DMC 310. Yeah. The black. So, you know, that as far as floss goes, that's easy. Yeah. It's just checking for my fabric to see if it is the right
of course,
size
it has
for
to be
it,
the right
because
size.
I didn't look at that.
Otherwise, it wouldn't work out.
So is it Keslins?
Keslins.
Because the designer's name is Linda Keski.
Yeah.
So she's used the Kes and the Lin.
Yeah.
So that's quite clever. She's combined her first and last names by the looks of that. Yeah. But yeah, I thought, oh, Halloween stitching. Yeah. But yeah, I've got I have to check my
So they've used Picture This Plus Kermit 40 count.
I will not be using 40 count.
And Picture This Plus is American, so it would be very expensive.
So it is a very green colour, but I do remember I got a piece of splice from Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs, which is kind of a greeny yellow, which is what the splice ice creams are here, if you're familiar. I just have to check if it would fit. Yes. But that was what I was thinking, was it's kind of a greeny yellow, and I've got a greeny yellow. You've got time. I have, because, you know, October's still several months away. 6 months away. And I just haven't finished all the ones I wanted last year. It's only 6 months away. Yeah, and I've already added a couple in there as well. And then we all got a little unicorn tweezers. So, you know, that they will be handy for, like, when I'm making my froggers or my pins to pick up the beads and whatever. Or for diamond painting even.
I use tweezers quite a lot, because what I like to do when I'm finishing off a thread is go underneath the stitches. And if my thread is that short that I can't keep the thread on the needle and get the needle underneath, what I do is I thread the needle under the stitches first. Yeah. Then I put the needle threader in through the eye. And then I get my tweezers and pull the thread through the needle thread. Oh, okay. And then pull the needle thread through the needle. See, I use a length of scrap thread, thread that through my needle, put the needle under, and then put the loop of the scrap thread over the thread I want to finish off and pull the needle through with the scrap thread. So that's where I use my tweezers. So I was like, oh, I can use these. Very good.
Yeah, so they will come in handy.
Alrighty. And so then I got a cockatoo flower pot holder. And I won't be using it as a flower pot. Yeah, Kylie saw it.
And I'm like, oh, do you like that?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I love it. So what I did was I took it out of the packet, and this band is not stitched down at the bottom here. So you can actually flip the band up and have it easily stitching, and then just flip the band back down when you're finished. So it'll, like, there's the band on it, so it's upside down. Upside down. There's the band, and so this is the actual flower pot, and then there are all the threads.
So it's a full kit.
Yeah, full kit, and the pattern's in there.
And Jeanette had a look at it too, Jeanette.
So yeah, I when she handed this one to me, I was like, yeah, I really like that. So my plan for this is not a flower pot. I'm going to do it up, put it in my new craft room, and either put like little balls of yarn or stitchy stuff or something in it, and use it as like a catch-all, like a carry.
I did just
sort
think
of
you
thing.
could use it as a waste paper basket as well.
You could,
because it would be that sort of size.
Well, I would probably put a little
basket
bin in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You put.
But I don't want it to
only
get
for
dirty.
paper, not for.
Yeah, I don't want it to get dirty.
Waste paper.
Yeah.
Nothing, or threads or whatever.
Yeah.
But nothing that no food.
No food. Nothing that's gonna dirty it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I liked the fact that it all came sewn up, and so all you have to do is just do the stitching. And then what I'll do is once I've done the stitching, I'll just put a little bit of interfacing on the back so it holds the stitches nice and firm. Yeah. And then I'll flip it back down and put some yarn or something in it, and
perfect.
Call it good.
Nice.
And then I saw this pattern and I fell in love with it. So the blue flower, Seasons of the Heart Spring, and she's got one for each different season. But I really liked this one because of the bunny. Let's go.
Can we get a bit closer without getting
blue? There we go. Beautiful. So I thought that's gorgeous. And then there was another one I liked, which I think was the summer one. I didn't get that one. And then Denise was showing us that she had stitched this next one and it was fully finished, like it was finished on her table.
The stitching was finished,
the stitching was finished, and it was sitting on her table, and it looked amazing once it was stitched.
Yeah. Like
the photos don't really do it justice.
No.
Like the stitching looks far superior to the photos.
Yeah.
So this one's Seasons of the Hearts for Pam, and this is an Australiana one, inspired one. So you've got
which is actually very tempting for me, but I'm not a big stitcher of like animal things like this, but because it's Aussie,
the Aussie flag and a heart up the top, and then you've
cute.
got the Aussie animals and stuff, and I really loved it when I saw it. I was like, yeah, definitely, I really like that one.
Yeah.
So I got those two, and then Jeanette and I were talking about fabrics. And
it's like 10 minutes to say 3 times.
Yeah. Or Beetlejuice. So we were having a look at the fabrics, and I fell in love with the one that she got. It was purple, of course. It was beautiful. And then I was having the other purple ones, and then I found these two. So this one's like a really dark purple, and it's called At Last. And it's by Colour Cascade Fabrics.
And it's the opalescent one.
Yeah, and it's an 18 count.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's an 18 count.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a piece of Paddock Lane Designs Witch's Brew in the 18 count Ada. And this is totally different to my other Witch's Brew one that I have.
Yeah, and I have a Witch's Brew. I mean, mine's the opalescent one, so it would look different anyway, but mine's a bit more grey.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
like this one's more like a pinky purple. Yeah.
But yeah, the one I got was more grey with purple.
Yeah, so I picked up those two pieces.
Nice.
I was very pleased with that. I had a look at the other ones because I'm drawn to orange at the moment for some reason. So I was having at an orange one.
I was like that last year for Halloween stitching. I was like, I want something orange, but I did get a Paddock Lane Design ones when we were at retreat in November. So.
And it was a soft orange, but it also had pink, pink mottling in the background. So it was absolutely beautiful. But I just thought, no, I've got to be good. I've got to calm down.
Can't overdo things. I looked at the fabrics. I'm like, oh, they're all beautiful. And I'm like, I do not need more fabric right now.
Yeah. If that piece of fabric's there next time I go, then it's meant to be.
Yeah. But like for me, I'm at the point where I have so much fabric. I am not buying anything special unless it is for a specific project.
Yeah.
Because otherwise my fabric just keeps building up and I'm not stitching fast enough to use it.
I'm not that restrained.
I need to be because the budget only goes so far.
Yeah.
And I already bought other things, so they were more important to me than fabric at this moment in time.
I think I'm realising now how much crafty stuff I actually do.
Now that you've got to move it. Pack it and move it.
Because my husband was like, we're going to do the spare room first, which was like a storage room for some of my crafty things. And anyway, he says, my God, this is like the never-ending spotlight. He said it's like you take stuff out and then other stuff has room to multiply.
It breeds. I'm sure
so
it does.
multiplies in the corner.
It
and
breeds.
then when we come back, it's like, I swear to God, we had less than
All right, that's it for
Anyway.
haul, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
All right, so
and my nurturing, which
Yeah.
we talked about before.
she showed that when I showed mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have some RAK'S, random acts of kindness.
I don't have any this week.
Jeanette. When we were at Target, she sneakily bought the heart-shaped canvases for me.
Yeah.
Which is lovely of her, and I said I'll have to make her something on one of those.
Yeah.
But I don't know when.
Yeah. And you don't know what yet.
No, but I'm sure I'll have something.
Yeah.
And I did, along with the magazine that I showed before that has the egg pattern in it. I picked up a few other ones that Denise had sitting in the shop as well, because I started flicking through them, and if there was a pattern in any of them that I thought, oh yeah, I would like that, then I just threw the magazine in my bag. Didn't worry about looking at the rest of it, because I'm like, if there's one in there, I'll take it for that one, and if I find anything else, then that's a bonus. So
I'm just looking at the back of it. I can pick out a couple of ones that I have at home.
it's an ad for Heritage Crafts.
Yeah. I've got a few of those.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have a better look through them later.
Yes,
when
definitely.
we have some time. I just had a quick flick through. We're in the shop, and that was part of the reason I hadn't started stitching when you were stitching, because I was looking through Megan, and she had a whole stack of them there.
She did.
They were in the corner with the
I didn't bother looking
the
because I've got
comfy chairs and the
so
little
many
coffee
magazines
table.
at home that I'm like,
See, I don't have a lot.
yeah.
But yeah, when I'm done with them, I'll pass them on to you or Jeanette. Or take them back to Denise, and she can have them in her little,
Yes. Pass one to someone else.
her little comfy
Alrighty.
corner.
That's it for RAK'S, because I didn't have any.
You didn't have any. Alright, so Flosstubes.
I'm letting the team down today. I'm sorry. I haven't had much time to watch Flosstube.
It seems to go
It
one way or
does.
the other. You watch a lot, and I watch hardly anything.
Yeah.
And then every now and then we
Vice
swap.
versa, yeah.
So
yeah,
today it's me.
I've watched Adelaide.
Yes.
Because she was the first one that I got to watch in about a week of like coming back to watch Flosstube.
So I did watch Adelaide's as well.
And
she gave us a shout out, which was lovely.
Thank you very much.
Mentioned Rose B-Day Cell 25.
Yeah.
The cell.
Yeah.
So
she's doing the little tiny modernist. It's got a bee and some flowers. I can't remember what the name of the design is, but she's going to put it into a drum.
She's going to make a drum because she hasn't done that before, so that was her something new.
So that'll be interesting to see.
Yes. And last time you mentioned Lizzie.
Yes.
And that she had free spring patterns video.
Yes.
I watched that. I got some.
enabled.
Got some. And then Cross Stitch the Globe also had a video with free spring patterns.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Right.
So they did double up on some of them with the ones I saw from Lizzie, but then they also had some different ones as well.
Okay. All right.
So I might have got some of those too. But not just like, sometimes when somebody mentions the free pattern, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that, and I'll go to get that, and then while I'm there, I'll look at the other free patterns.
Yeah.
And grab some others. So,
what could take 5 minutes just to get one pattern ends up taking 15 because you're looking at the other stuff as well.
Looking at all the other ones and downloading whatever free ones I like.
I find that those sorts of videos I have to pause because I have to look at it step by step, and then I look at the other ones, and then I come back to number 4 was play.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do, or like I'll let it keep running, and I'll be like, no, I don't want that, and I'll keep looking at the patterns on this one, and then glance up when they show the next one or something. Yeah. And then I end up having to pause because I like that one. Hang on.
So like a half an hour video can take 2 or 3 hours to watch.
Yeah. Who else did I watch? I watched the Hathaway Stitches. They had their first video back for like about 3 months.
Oh wow.
They hadn't filmed for a while.
Oh,
a reasonably lengthy video because it was 3 months worth of stuff. But I still enjoy it. I love watching them. I love the duos like us.
Yeah.
You should get the banter and they feed off each other, you know. Some people do really well when they're on their own. I wouldn't do this
or
on my own
nervous
because
by themselves. Yeah.
I would feel like I was just like staring at a camera and talking, and I probably wouldn't be as much fun as I am.
Yeah.
Are you saying I'm not? Rude.
No, I just that coming. I wouldn't be as much fun as I am.
I wouldn't, because I'd be very boring, I think. Like, because we make each other laugh and we bounce things off each other, and that's what I love about the other duos. And like, even before we started filming, I liked watching the duos more than I like watching the individuals. But a lot of individuals do really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on how comfortable they feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, what sort of personality they have and all the things. But anyway, so that was that one. And then Notorious Needle, which I mentioned. Bridget had a number of finishes, and she just isn't. She does.
Is this the one that I mentioned last time?
This is their latest one, which I don't think you've seen yet, because it was one that had the Charles Craft.
Oh yeah, okay, I haven't seen that
napkin
one yet.
thing in it. So that was one of the reasons I was excited to find that, because I'd just seen it. If I hadn't seen their video, I probably wouldn't have known what that was. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have still bought it, I might not, I don't know. But because I'd seen what Bridget had done on hers, I was like, oh, I couldn't believe that I saw that there.
I feel like I was so caught up with all the Flosstubes. Now I feel like I'm like
You're
6
behind
months
again.
behind.
So yes, congratulations, Bridget, on your finishes and for your inspiration.
Nice.
Now I have to find something to do on my Charles Craft Christmas things.
You will.
Yeah, so
I did watch Helen D last night.
Okay, yes, I watched one of hers too.
I got about half an hour of
She had a new tutorial.
viewing.
She had a new tutorial. I watched that one the other day.
Okay.
And then she had another one as well, I think.
I watched just her normal Flosstube. It was a week early because she was filming her cupboard and she accidentally filmed it in slow-mo. And she tried to speed it up, but it just wasn't working. So she called it.
That one.
We're not doing that one. So she'll no, she didn't put it out because it was she said no, we're not doing that. So she's going to end up filming it again. But I watched her regular Flosstube, and I went to bed super duper early last night. She was
a tired girl after our day out yesterday.
Yes, and I think the whole weekend and everything was catching up with me, and I was like, no. I was like 7:30 at night, and I was like, I could barely keep my eyes open. So I was like, good night.
I was like that earlier in the week.
She was like, wow.
Yeah, it was your turn, because like it was like Monday night or something. I was just like 7:30. I'm like, I go to bed. I'm just so tired.
Yeah, because normally I'm a night owl and I can be up till past midnight.
I can't last that long anymore, but I don't usually go to bed at 7:30 either.
Funny story, real quick. I woke up at 2:30 a.m. this morning because obviously I can only sleep for so long, and I woke up and I'm like, oh, it's time to get up. What are we doing today? And my brain automatically went to moving. Right? I was asleep, right? Like I was, And so I pushed the thing on the phone to see what the time was. It told me it's 2:30. I'm like, oh man, this is too early to get up and start moving. And then as I was trying to go back to sleep, I was like, oh no, it's Thursday. We're filming today.
Yes, we are.
So then I went back to sleep. Well, I was off and on asleep.
I had trouble getting to sleep last night, so I'm a little bit tired, crazy today.
I did contemplate getting up and going and sitting in my chair and quietly stitching.
And then go back to bed later or something.
Yeah, but I thought, no, I'll end up making a mistake and having to frog it. So I just rolled over, cuddled my puppy dog and went back to sleep. Yeah. So is that?
So that's Flosstubes. And we've mentioned the birthday sale a couple of times.
So check.
Yep. Let us know what you're doing if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We do have a Buy Me a Coffee link down below. If you would like to support us financially, we would love to run more competitions. It helps pay for anything that we need to buy for a prize and for the postage of the prizes. So it goes back to you guys anyway in the long run. Yeah. It's not like we're going and buying stitching supplies or having lunch with it.
No. We do that on our own.
That's on our own money. Anything that comes in through the Buy Me a Coffee is to give something back to you guys. Yeah. So rest assured that we're not just going to lunch on.
No. Very honest.
Yes. We're too honest sometimes, I think.
Anyway.
If you've got this far, thank you for joining us on the crazy ride. We hope that we've made you laugh, because we're certainly making ourselves laugh.
I honestly didn't think we'd be recording this long, because we
We've
only
got
had
some
1
minutes to
week.
make.
Yeah, we only had 1 week to talk about, and look at us go.
Yeah, we'll cut it down a little bit. So yes, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video with your friends. Leave us a comment what you're doing for the birthday sale, or anything else you'd like to ask us or tell us. We love reading the comments.
Don't forget,
in our last Flosstube,
go back to our last Flosstube, we have a prize that we're giving away.
Yes.
We won't tell you any details in this one.
No, and you need to enter on that video, because that's the only one I'm going to look at for the keyword.
Yep.
It needs to be used in a sentence.
Yep.
And
go back and check it out.
And we will be drawing it when we film in 2 weeks.
Yes, on the 24th.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please comment on that video with the code word in a sentence prior to the 24th.
Yes.
Brisbane time.
Australia time.
Yeah, because we will be drawing it that morning when we're filming. So,
and just a reminder, if you leave a comment on this video with that word, it won't count.
No, it won't. I'm only looking at that one.
Yeah.
When we do the draw.
It just makes it easier for us and
then looking
fair
over
to everybody.
Videos. Yep. So we're not even showing you what it is or anything. You have to go back to the last video to check. Only because it's
if you're interested
somewhere.
I know exactly where it is.
Oh, okay, good. We haven't lost it, I promise.
No, we have not lost it. It's safe.
Yeah. Okay. That's all we've got for today, I think. Until next time,
stay crafty.
Okay, pesque.
Pesque.